He's a cowboy, he's down on his luck. His pockets are near empty, he's sleeping in his truck. The rodeo next Friday, his bills are past due. How we pay for entries, he ain't got a clue. He's a cowboy, it's his turn to ride. He prays for 8 seconds when they shout outside. His future is uncertain, his past he can't forget. He's just a hard luck cowboy, life hasn't broken yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I know.
Oh.
I'm thinking.
Well, think before I put camera on, would you?
Huh?
Think before I get the camera on.
It don't work that way for me.
Edit all that out.
Well, welcome back to horsemanship. I know it's been a long time since we've been in a video, but I've had a few health issues. Matter of fact, I came close to dying, so the reason I'm chuckling, Denise, who owns this quarter horse, is over there trying to get him to look at the camera. Yeah, you've been caught. But anyway, and everybody's been wondering about me, been getting phone calls, making sure I'm fine. But I'm on the mend. As a matter of fact, I'm doing better now than I've been in about 5 years, so it's all good. Now I gotta get my head back on, and you know, going through what I did, it wasn't that much except for the blood clots. It sort of screws with your mind for a little while, so I think that's been one of the hardest things to get over. Now this is a quarter horse, young lady Denise Little. You've seen her on the videos before. This second time we've worked him. Last weekend it seemed like all we did was work on him getting back up more than anything, and getting Denise properly to back him up, because she's, you know, no fault of her own. She did what the normal person did. When they asked to back up, she just hold. But see, you know, I want to get this horse in frame. Then I use my body. See, I'm not pulling. I'm getting this horse to move forward. I mean, backwards. And I mean, you get a better stop and everything. And all this stuff you can do on the trail. I mean, so when I ask for a stop, I want him to go right in the back up. I'm going to have Denise get on him later. And one of the things I found with him last weekend, he neck reined real well, but he didn't give to the bit. And you know, neck rein is fine and dandy, but when you grab hold of that bit, that's a lot better than last week. Last week he pulled on me a couple of pretty hard times. There, that's a lot better. Have you worked him at all this week? See, horses retain more than what people think they do. Of course, he's been ridden, you know, have been trained somewhere down the road. So when I ask for put my feet forward, stop, I'm gonna back him right up. See how nice that back up? And also some horses, to get them back up, it's easier to do it when they're at a walk or trot because their feet's already moving. If you wait till they're stopped with some horses, their body braces up. Good boy. So with Denise, what we're going to work on today, because he's got the back down, and later I'm going to bring Charlie out and I'm going to show the importance with the counter bending. But I'm going to start counter bending him. In other words, I'm going to bend him and I'm just going to roll my spur, roll my spur, roll my spur. I just want him to move off of that. I'm not moving the hip. What I want to do for him eventually, move that shoulder. Of course, this is going to take a while. With Charlie, I'll be able to better show it. You know, the end result. So I'm just rolling my spur. I'm not gigging them, I'm rolling it. There, that time the shoulders started moving. See, and I'm not asking for a lot at first. I'm looking for that little bit of, there, the shoulder move. So I quit. Build up on it. You know, that's where everybody, and he knows, and it's just a habit of mine. Every time I stop a horse, even my own horses, I back them up. Now, some people say, well, they'll start backing up every time you stop, even if you ask. Don't ask. If I ask for a stop, I didn't ask for a back, so he quits. But it's all about controlling the feet. You've heard me preach this, you've heard other people preach it. But if I can control a horse's feet, it'll help me get out, stay out of a bad situation. See, I hate going into leg position, but where my spur is, I'm not asking him right here. If I move my spur back, yeah, then I'm asking for a side pass. But I'm counter bending him. I want him to move that shoulder there, right like that. I'm concentrating on that shoulder, right like there, there, there. Oops, that's what I'm looking for. See, and if you want to start learning how to spin your horse, this is the first step, best way for you to do it. So I'm going to roll that shoulder, there, there, there. See, we're getting a little more. See, I never started fighting, I never fought with him. There, good boy. Now, Denise has got them humane spurs on, so my advice to her, you know, she's going to have to tap a little bit. But don't get frustrated, because if you don't do it like with these. You know, spurs are tools, that's all they are. They're not weapons. Of course, I've seen some people use them as weapons, but they're not weapons. They're what I call my power steering. Now, real quick, before I forget about it, Denise asked me if I want her to tighten that chin strap. And I told her no. She said, well, it's a little loose. You don't want a chin strap tight. I should be able to pick that rein up a little bit and that chin strap don't come in play. Because see, the mechanics, the way these bits work, you're taking that away from them. It's getting in there too soon. You know, that's when I pick my hands up, that's the pre-cue that, hey, I want to start grabbing your face. Now come to my hands. They get that little extra time to think about what's done. So I'm just going to ride around here like no rhyme or reason. I'm going to counterbend him a little bit. And that's going to move. Walk off. Counterbend him a little bit. And ask for a move. Now I'm not going to get stuck in a walk and do this. I'm going to pick up my rein. Counterbend him at a trot, and then just trot off. Pick up, counterbend him at a trot, then trot off. There. Now right there, I didn't let go until he moved that shoulder. Counterbend him again at a trot. He moved that shoulder, then see what happens is you're making this horse more responsible to your hands and everything. Not just that one exercise. Like that time when I stopped him, I just picked up one rein. That's all I did. So right now, there we go. There. Now you notice I picked up my hand up here to slow that trot down. What I'm doing, instead of going down here and ask for a slower trot, I'm lifting them shoulders up, especially with these shank bits that really help to do that. Get here in the camera angle. So I'm gonna come across here. I'm gonna lift up a little bit. See how he slowed down? Right there. He speeds up. I'm gonna just pick up my hand just a little bit. Oh. Because I'm, like I said, getting them shoulders up. I'm helping that hind end get under him a little bit and slow him down. Good boy. Now that time I didn't counterbend him quite as much. He still counterbend. You know, whenever you do exercises, break it up. Don't just get stuck and do it over and over again. So now I'm going to let him walk out a little bit. Easy. Ooh. Yeah, I'm not riding my saddle, so it's sort of, I'm used to having some room to move in. Now right there, he didn't take the correct lead and all, and I wasn't worried about it. I've never cantered this horse, so there we go. Oh. I'm going to counterbend him now, put my leg on him, and move that shoulder. And right there he went in a trot and I didn't ask for him. So instead of grabbing him with both hands and say, hey, I want a walk, I'm just going to do an exercise. I'm going to pick up, get control of that feet, and then walk off. Because, you know, people got to realize horse's natural tendency, of course he's not that way, but you take an uppity horse, the more you grab him in the face, the more hyper you get, So if you redirect that energy somewhere else, you know, it doesn't have to mean move that hip every time. You know, get control. You know, I talk about moving the hip quite a bit. But you need to have control of that whole body. So if I move my leg back, now my spur's on that, where that back girth's at. Now I want to move that hip. So I'm going to move my leg back and just roll that spur, and it's going to move that hip. Now I'll move my leg right there by my front girth. Now I'm going to move the shoulder. Come on. Right there, he's balking on me a little bit. So I'm just going to sit here, not get after him. And I don't care if he moves that shoulder then or whatever. I want him, there we go. I'm just going to hang in there till he moves something. You know, people, the other day we were talking about counterband and moving that shoulder, but when you first started, don't get so caught up in it. You know, like him, he stalled out on me. The important thing right then was to move him. You know, to just keep hanging in there, because if I backed off of him, the next time that will get a little worse and a little worse. There we go. Oh, yeah, he's a nice little horse, nice big horse, I should say. I'll have Denise go through here and do everything I just did. And this is real time, people. He's sweating up, but it's because it's a little warm out here and he's a little out of shape. So that chin strap, I ought to be able to put 2 fingers in there.
Well, I could put like 2.5, that's why I asked.
You know, I like them.
I just zoomed in really fast. Okay, we can edit that.
I like the full range of the bit.
Okay.
Are you running, hon?
I think so.
Huh?
I think so. I can't see this thing. I hope I am.
We had a mess up. Denise lost one of her Chicago screws in the reins. That's 9% of my tack don't have Chicago screws. They're either buckles or leather or something, because it seems like when you need them is when them Chicago screws come loose. Now Denise, you're in a different type bit, so you can go through the same thing but be a little bit, let him find it, okay? Both of these bits are independent action. They both sort of work the same. This shank looks a little longer, it's just because it's thinner. So now I just ask for a stop and back up. Let him figure that bit up. Put him right into the back. Don't wait. And don't keep pulling. All right, here, before we go to counter bend, trot him down the rail, then ask for a stop and back him right up. And it doesn't matter how far you trot off. There you go. Now back him up, back him up, back him up. And really put your feet forward when you ask for that stop. And push on the back of that saddle. Now let's do it again. You want to see him respecting your hands. That's better, but go ahead, back him up. See right there, if you pay attention to that horse, you got one side stronger than the other.
Oh, that's why he's turning.
Yeah, it's not him, it's your hands, because I'm watching the reins and I can see it. Now put your feet forward. All right, let's do it one more time. As soon as you stop him and go right until back, we'll go back to the counter bending. But don't wait for him. See, you're waiting for his feet to settle. No, stop, back. He can do it. That's how I was doing it. There. Now you feel how that back was a little different?
Yeah.
That honey was more under him. All right, do it one more time. Get him on the rail. Now back him up, back him up. All right, now let's go back to our counter bending. All right, pick up his nose a little bit more leg. Right there, release. Because you got to get the feel of it too, so.
Not him, it's me.
All right, get him where you got room to move.
My bumper's on.
Now, see, when you're that close to the rail, do the side that's away from the rail. Don't do the side that you, because that rail's going to block them from doing it. And don't get hung up on one side. Right there, release, release, right there. As soon as you feel them shoulders moving for you right now and him, I push them a little bit, but for you, release him. Let him walk out. Because that's his reward for doing it, and that way you get the feel of it. And plus you get in the habit of releasing and not holding on to him. Do it again. Now look. All right, there.
I don't think my spurs are.
Yeah, you need, them bumpers ain't worth it. You know, people want to be humane, and which is fine, and I understand that. But especially, you know, like I said earlier, my spurs are just tools, and to get movements we want, watch behind you, Denise. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Look the direction you want to go. That's why I said, always give yourself some room. All right, try it again. Pick up on that left side. Look at me, look at me. Now bump. Bump, bump, bump. See, that's where. All right, right now just get his feet moving. It don't matter what you do. There. Now just walk him out.
I guess I need to have my better spurs. And know what I'm doing better. He's getting.
Now remember, the direction you want to go, you look. Like I told you last weekend, if you think about it, when you look this way, you're opening and shutting doors with your hiney. But when you're looking the same direction your foot, you're using your foot to cue him, counter bending, he's going to just do a side pass.
Did he do it?
Yeah, that was better. See, it was more response. There you go. Now pick up his nose just a tad bit more. No, bend him a tad bit more. All right there. See, what would happen with you at home trying this, if you keep asking for more before you are ready, and he's basically ready because you don't know how to get through it. There, that was better. He's going to start, you know, like he did with you, start refusing. So right now, as soon as you feel that little bit of relief, I can't say it enough, you give it back to him. As soon as you feel that shoulder moving, if you think that shoulder's moving, give it to him. I don't care if that shoulder's really moving or not. If you feel like, and you truly feel like that horse's shoulder's moving, then give it back to him. Because chances are it is. But people, they got a tendency, I've seen it with Ray. Is he doing it or is he not doing it? Is he doing it? And he's waiting for this big magical thing happen. It's not, doesn't work that way. You look, you build up, and then you get there. You know, me, I can cover it up a lot because, you know, I know how to use my body more effective. But that's why you're here. If you didn't want to learn, you wouldn't be here.
Okay, so the 3 positions.
Pardon?
What are the 3 positions I want to put my spur in where?
Okay. This area is for the shoulder. This is for him to move his whole body over.
Okay.
Back here, easiest to remember that last position, back here by this back girth is to move that hip.
Okay.
So that way you don't have to think about it. Wherever that back girth's at, that's where you put your spur at. And the same way as position 1, it's just right behind that front girth.
Okay.
So all you do is bend your leg and but like I said, with them bumpers. Can you get a shot of this, hon? These, to me, in my professional opinion, about as useless as tits on a board. Because as you're finding, you can't really feel the horse.
No.
And if you can't feel that horse, you might as well not have them at on. But they're a good marketing tool for you ladies because, oh, I get to wear spurs, but I'm not being cruel to them.
Well, when I got him, I didn't know how sensitive he was.
Yeah, I understand that. But, you know, you've seen me ride enough. You know, it's just, and like with these, I get more done with less pressure than what you have to give with them. You know, you got to sit there and beat on them, where all I got to do is take my spur there and roll it. Or squeeze a little harder, but just roll a little harder. All right, go ahead. Now earlier I said, how are we going to show this in play? Charlie, the stud, the way I've been working him, I've been keeping the gate open and letting the pasture horses come in and out. There you go, that's what I want, right there. Now build on that. So he's fine with pasture horses. So last weekend Denise came, and to me it went well. To Cindy didn't go well, but you know, I had control of his feet. Now I was going to use this bit that I put in his mouth, but that's all right. The other bit I'm going to put on him, it's still independent action, so that's no biggie.
Battery's almost gone.
Well, we shut it and I can run extension cord and go get the thing. He could use a rest anyway.
Yeah.
All right, I'm on Charlie, and like I said, I prefer my other bit on him, but this will do it today. So basically, I want Denise right around. Now right now, if Charlie talks a little bit, I'm not going to get too worried about it. The more I ride him with other horses, then I will. So right now, see, I'm just going to get control of Charlie's feet. And I know He's a stud, so he's going to be worked up. He's not going to, he's not going to do everything perfect. So like I said, I'm not gonna, all I want is get control of his feet. Because with, you know, if I just got my pasture horses, our pasture horses in here, you know, Charlie's spin like a top and everything else. Keep going. So I'm just gonna I'm not gonna counterbid him. I mean, I don't think he's dropping right there. He's looking over there at the other horse. I'm going to pick up. I'm going to move that hip a little bit this time. Then I'll move my leg up forward. Then I'll move the shoulder. But see, I'm not going to wait for him to do something. I'm not waiting. Let's put it this way. I'm not waiting for that big sign. Right there. He broke on a trot. I'm going to take him a couple times around. So now what we're going to, ho, 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 ho. So now we're going to get Charlie's feet moving a little bit here. I didn't just purposely work Charlie out before we got in here. See, it's up to me as a riding him, like he got where he wanted to stop with Denise. I just rode him forward, and yeah, I did give him a tap on my spurs because in that situation he needs to keep his foot moving. Whew. I'm always aware I'm riding a stud, but my main point being, you know, if you really get control of this horse's feet, you know, like if I want to move that hip, I can move that hip. If I want to move that shoulder, I can move that shoulder. If I want to move the rest of his body, I can move the rest of his body. So if I got all them points taken care of, I can pretty well get myself out and the horse out of a bad situation. So, you know, and everybody's, I've heard so many times, and I've said this before, well, I don't have an arena. You do this on the trail. It doesn't matter how many people you're riding with. You can, you know, back yourself up or look for a hoe and just, you know, move the hip, move the shoulder, do a half pass, side pass, and whatever. So it doesn't take that much work. I mean, like him, just that one session, I'm already seeing a big difference in him.
And we started out talking about Buddy Sour. And we were talking about Buddy Sour.
Yeah, and that's Denise brought that up when he brought him over here last weekend. And I tell people this, and I preach it, and I've preached it, I think, to her a time or two. But if you really get control of your horse's feet, that's going to pretty much go away, because Cindy can tell you, my horses is all business. When I get on that horse could be an even little one. And he's probably me and Cindy's favorite, just because his personality, who likes to play around. Even a little one, if I get on him, he knows I'm going to control his feet, and he'll relax and do better. And that's like, there's two things that went off in Cindy's head and Denise's head last week with just teaching that back up. Because me and Cindy went to sorting, and there was a guy on a rail using a flag to start and everything, which to me that was stupid, but instead of her trying to control little one's feet per se, she could probably say it better than I can. She was just grabbing his mouth and trying to control him that way, and it was all right, but it could have went so much better, and little one would have came quicker. That's the whole thing. I mean, last week probably been a good week to film Charlie than this week, because this is only second time with that horse, and Charlie's, at first he was being a little stupid, but he's coming to me a little bit. Now I could push it and put him in a regular training session, but his training session today is to stand here next to this horse like this. See, I don't get so caught up, because his spins and his stops and everything, side passes, I got all week to work on that. So, my objective, some point, and he's starting to soften up. Here at last, he's coming to me, and he's getting better. Not spinning like he does when he's just in here without the other Charlie, but he's doing fine. I'm tickled. So, hopefully it won't be so long between videos, but with me, the weather, and it seems like everything's just got to be right for us to be able to get filming. And then, Cindy, bless her heart, she has asthma, so some days that gets her. So, we do what we can. And I'm feeling a lot better, getting back on top of things. If you was able to look around the place, you can start seeing it. But anyhow, honey, you got anything you like to say? Oh, this is just for crap and giggles. Cindy said, I'm going to get on camera today and say something. So I said, you can do that. So she thought about it. She had time to think about it. And she said, no, I'm not going to do it. I decided not to. But she does good on the camera. And I tell you what, when I was sick, I'm glad that happened. Now right there, Charlie got a little sticky feet. So I didn't sit here and gig him I hit him with my spurs a little bit. He didn't mind. I went straight to my strap. I mean, I'm not going to, because chances are he'd just start backing up on me and then been a wreck. So anyway, that's it. It's hot. And Charlie did good. The other Charlie did good. Now if Denise keeps it up, speaking of little one, here he comes. So with that said, camera's back here. Be true to the horse, they'll be true to you, and be true to yourself. To my kids, grandkids, and special person out there, watch State Lake Kanye. God bless, take care, and Thank you.